Well, after that nice stretch of mild weather we've had most of November, it looks like reality is going to snap back into us as we head through the nighttime hours tonight and also into tomorrow as well. So we're going to take a look at our watches, warnings, and advisories. We did put a winter weather advisory here across Johnson County. It's goes into effect at 5 o'clock tonight till 8 a.m. on Saturday. Maximum impacts will probably be here, but most of the area will probably see at least some snow out of this and some impacts, especially during the nighttime hours tonight. As we time out the impacts, probably dropping north to south across the area. So starting first in areas like Jackson, Cody, and Grayville, and Buffalo, and shifting down towards central areas, Thermopolis, Worland, down toward Casper, Lander, and Riverton as well. And the last place here across Rock Springs, midnight till 5 a.m. I'll stand here quietly. I don't want to read this whole thing. Just find your spot. Okay, I think you have the idea. And for most areas, we're looking at about a 5 to 6 hour period of maximum impact, obviously starting and ending at the north first and ending later in the south. One place that may linger a little bit longer here across Buffalo, that's mainly due to the wind and the blowing and drifting snow. And speaking of the wind, you can see we have north flow here, places that do really well here across northern Wyoming. You can see Buffalo, 51 miles per hour maximum gusts, or you could see gusts maybe to 55 there at times during the evening hours, maybe up to 40, 45 around the Grayville area, 33 around Worland, 31 around Cody. Even in the Wind River Basin, you get the wind coming off the Owl Creeks here, maybe 35 miles an hour to the higher elevations to the west of Riverton, 35 around Shoshone, and 30 to 40 miles per hour basically here across the wind corridor down here from Camera all the way over toward Wamsutter. Now, obviously, you're wondering how much snow you get. That's the main impact. First, a range of possibilities here. Likely least amount we'll see. You see, if things set up right, maybe just 1 to 2 inches. It's probably the best area to seeing the most snow. Many other areas, maybe just Dakota do an inch if things set up right. Maybe just Dakota do an inch across the western valleys here. Maybe nothing here across southern Wyoming if things set up right. Highest amounts in this situation, Tetons, I'd say probably at least 3 to 4 inches there. And about 3 to 4 across the Bighorns. Now, likely worst case scenario, if you don't like snow, you like snow, you'll be rooting for this. Pretty much follows the same pattern. Lower elevations, highest amounts, maybe around the KC area, southern Johnson County, maybe 3 to 4 inches there. I can see 2, maybe 3 here across Buffalo. 3 inches around Casper, maybe locally higher amounts when you get down to the other side of Wyoming Boulevard. Higher amounts in the mountain, obviously. Anywhere from about 1 to 3 inches here across the Wind River Basin, Bighorn Basin. Now, a couple areas I want to emphasize here, or maybe higher amounts. Flow's going to be like this. It's the north-northwest. And it tends to upslope in areas basically from 10 Sleep to the east of Thermopolis. So some places here could pick up 3, 4, 5 inches of snow. South side of Casper, obviously, with the upslope against Casper Mountain. The locally higher elevations here across US 2026 between Monida and Powder River. You get over 6,000 feet in elevation, maybe 3 inches there. Shift our attention out west. Western valleys maybe up to 2 to 3 inches. Highest amounts, Tetons, if things set up right. They could maybe pick up locally maybe 10 to 12 inches on top of the mountain. This will be the very highest elevations though, not the passes. Maybe up to 6 to 9 inches here across portions of the Bighorns as well. Now our most likely scenario is right smack in the middle, about where you expect it to be. Highest amounts basically Johnson County down here toward Casper, anywhere from about 1 to 3 inches here. Higher amounts when you get toward Casper Mountain. About 1 to 2 across the Bighorn Basin. Higher amounts as you get further east. Anywhere from about 1 to 2 inches across the Bighorn Basin. Again, east of Thermopolis toward 10 Sleep and on to the east, maybe locally higher amounts there. About a quarter to an inch here across the Rock Springs area. Anywhere from about trace to about 2 inches across the western valleys. Higher amounts as you go toward the mountains though. And most likely amounts about 3 to 6 inches across the Tetons, portions of the Absarokas, and also here across the Bighorns. In our resources, you want weather, just go to our webpage, weather.gov/RIW. You want road conditions, again, don't call us for road conditions, go here for the road conditions. Wildroad.info on the web. You want to call them on the phone, 511 if you're in Wyoming. If you're out of state, 1-888-WILD-ROAD. Be safe, everybody, and enjoy your day.